Good evening. My name is Camden and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be super exciting because me and my husband are going away for the weekend. We are going up to North Conway in northern New Hampshire, and I'm gonna bring you with me. We're going up tonight, we're gonna stay the night at a bed and breakfast, and tomorrow we're going to be going to Storyland with my little nephews, which I'm really excited for because I think they're gonna have a blast. And it's always fun watching kids get stoked about things. And then on Saturday we're gonna take a train ride around the area. I think that's gonna be really fun. There's like a glass dome on top of the train, and that's what I bought the tickets for, was to be in this glass dome. I don't know. I love trains and it looks really cool, so I'm excited. And then we may or may not take a hike on Sunday. Plans are still somewhat up in the air. In my downtime, in between activities and things like that, I do plan on getting some reading in. So in the most technical of terms, this could be considered a reading vlog, but probably the majority of it is just gonna be our adventure, but I'm gonna bring you along anyway. So yeah, we are leaving in T-minus 30 minutes, so I have to pack really fast. Oh, also I was able to dig up these photographs from Storyland yesterday. Me right here, my older sister, and my parents. Aren't we so cute? Yeah, that's me and one of the characters really clutching onto that goose for dear life. Me and my sister on the carousel, and me taking a nap in the park. Good morning, guys. We already went down and had our breakfast, and we've just been sitting in the room and relaxing, and I have been doing some reading. I picked up Snow and Rose by Emily Winstead Martin before we headed up. I really wanted to read this weekend, and I wanted to find something that was kind of a fantasy vibe and maybe like a fairy tale retelling. And I thought of this book because it's been on my radar for quite a while, and it's a middle grade book, which kind of feels fitting for the fact that we're like going to Storyland, kind of like I'm connecting with my inner child a bit. So I've been reading that all morning. It's really good so far. I am enjoying it, and it feels pretty perfect for the mood that I've been in. And now we are going to be heading to Storyland. I'm going to meet up with my sister there and her husband and my two little nephews, and hopefully we're gonna have a fun time wandering around. I hope that I recognize some of these places and that it brings back some memories, because I think the last time I went I was probably like 5 years old or something, and if I'm honest, I think I thought I was in Disneyland the whole time that I was there. So yeah, anyway, I am going to bring you along and try and film while we're there. Captain Hook?
Captain Hook and the Lost Boys, yes. Jack Sparrow, yes. So glad he won. We're going to be entering Blackbeard's channel. Or heck, we're already here as it is.
Wait, Blackbeard? Where's the Blackbeard?
Right there is Chuck's skeleton. We had to check Chuck off the boat, and he's been there a while.
Poor Chuck.
He didn't listen to our orders, so we had to do that. I don't even know how he ended up in a cage that he could have easily escaped. I don't know, man. Crazy stuff, really. And there's Blackbeard's hideout, which isn't really well hidden because you can clearly see him. And usually he attacks people who go by him, but either he had one too many or he fell asleep. One or the other, I don't know.
So keep in mind the train may make a sudden stop at any time. Hold on to any loose items that you may have, or children that are riding on your lap. Now our next stop's going to be Oceans of Fun. All right, everyone, all aboard.
Good evening, guys. I have a reading update for you for Snow and Rose. I am almost finished this book. I think I probably have like 20 pages left, and you might ask me, Camden, why are you filming a reading update 20 pages from the end? Why don't you just finish the book? The reason is that I don't really feel comfortable talking in front of a camera with my husband in the room or in the next room, and he's gone to grab our dinner from the restaurant, so I'm taking this opportunity of him being out of the way to talk in front of my camera. So my thoughts on this book so far: I'm really enjoying it. I love Fairytale Retellings, and I really love revisiting middle grade books. No matter how far I outgrow middle grade, I feel that it's so easy to slip back into reading books like this, where the plots are so simple and the messages behind the stories are so accessible for young children, but they're still written so beautifully and with so much intention in the writing, and I just love that. And sometimes I find middle grade is easier to come back to than even YA books, because this age group is like before the angst of teenage years start, so it's easier to kind of remember the innocence of childhood sometimes than it is to remember like how everything was so like emotionally charged and important when you're a teenager. But yeah, I'm just really loving it. This book is following two sisters named Snow and Rose. Rose is the older sister. She has very dark hair and a very shy personality, and the younger sister is named Rose. She has white blonde hair, and she has a bit more of a temper and a bit more of spice to her personality, and it really reminds me of me and my sister when we were young, which is funny because I think at some point in our lives we ended up switching personalities. Like, I feel like I was very gregarious as a child and my sister was much more of a quiet observer, and now if you meet us, my sister is like very outgoing and very fun loving, and I'm much more introverted than she is now. But this definitely reminds me of us being kids, and this was kind of the roles that we took on when we were kids, and we've always looked very different. It's something that people comment on a lot, so it's reminding me of my own family dynamic. And in this story, they are living in a cottage in the woods with their mother, as their father went into the woods and went missing. And he was quite a wealthy man, but when he went missing, they were stripped of their house and most of their belongings, and they had to move to this little cottage in the woods by themselves and try and survive on their own. For a while in the beginning of this story, each chapter is a very self-contained adventure where they are going out, they're meeting somebody new, they're having a little adventure, they're coming home, and that continues on for a while. But as we get deeper into the book, the chapters start connecting, and each chapter begins progressing the story towards some type of a reveal, and we are learning that there is like kind of a big monster in the woods. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm almost finished this book. I'm really enjoying it. I do have a second book that I might start tonight, but I doubt that I will finish that one because we are heading out tomorrow. On the life side of things, we went out today and we went on a train ride, and it was just magical. I love train rides. Something about them is just so like soothing to me. And the views were just absolutely beautiful. We're in a very mountainous area, and anywhere you go up here and like just driving 5 minutes down the street, you're just surrounded by a mountain range, and it's so gorgeous. So I'm really enjoying this trip a lot, and I think my husband is as well. That is the update. I'm gonna finish this book and then probably start another one just for giggles. Good morning, guys. I finished Snow and Rose by Emily Winfield Martin. This book was super cute. I really enjoyed it. I think if you enjoy middle grade books, or you have a little between the ages of like 8 and 12, or they're older but they still enjoy middle grade, they would really like this book. Like I said, it's a Snow White and Rose Red retelling, and I think it does a really great job of sticking true to the original fairy tale while also adding in its own twists and details. It has a lot of really cute illustrations in it as well, as you can see. And yeah, it was perfect for this weekend and a really great read overall. I did also pick up The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale last night, and I'm about 30% of the way through that. This is a reread for me because I've read this book before, but it was quite a number of years ago and I never finished the series, which is why I'm doing a reread now. I really want to read the last 2 books that I never got around to reading. This one is another Grimm's fairy tale retelling. It's a retelling of the fairy tale The Goose Girl, which is a much lesser known fairy tale, I think. But Shannon Hale wrote one of my favorite books ever, Book of a Thousand Days, and I remember really enjoying The Goose Girl as well, obviously, because that's why I want to finish the series. But I won't be able to finish this book on this trip because we are heading out today. In fact, in about half an hour. So I wanted to take this time to close out the video, say thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. If you have the time, please like this video, comment, share, or subscribe. Any interactions you can give my videos really helps push them out to the algorithm. I appreciate all the help I can get, and I will look forward to seeing you again in a new video next week. Goodbye.